Okay then, so book one, Along Came a Spider, starring Alex Cross by James Patterson. So yeah, that last video ended up being an introduction of the whole series. This is just this book. I've got to keep it in this position because of the terrible sunlight out there. So anyone who's seen the films, there's 3 films and there's a TV series coming up, but I've got a big issue of a gender swap, which I'll mention in the comments. Basically, my favourite villain's been gender swapped for no obvious reason. It doesn't work with the character because he is like the perfect nemesis for Alex. It could have worked with another character, but it just feels wrong to scrap the character's name. I won't say his name because he gets mentioned in here, but he's not a main villain until much later. So yeah, there's basically 3 films in this TV show coming along. Along Came a Spider, the first book, was the second film. The second book, Kiss the Girls, became the first film. I have no idea why. And my main issue with those films is, along with cutting out half of the books, Morgan Freeman, superb actor, but he's just too old. Too old and not physically right to play Alex. Alex in this book is 38, and this book covers about 2 years. I didn't realize he was this old actually, but Morgan Freeman was 60, or just over 60 in the first book. And come on, that's too old for a guy who's built like, think Will Smith in the film Ali. That's what Alex Cross looks like. Yet then they did it again. Tyler Perry playing him in Cross, which is the one which is I'm finishing on. Never actually saw that one. And then admittedly for the Amazon show, the guy they've got to play Alex is perfect. He's the right age, he's the right build, he looks exactly like I imagine Alex. So credit there. I just have a major issue with that there. Getting rid of one of the best characters. So gender swapping him, just terrible move. But yeah, onto this then. So loved it. I only read this book once. Little bits I was reading I remembered, and there's plenty I hadn't. So let's get to it. So, villain is a guy called Gary Sinigi, and he's got split personalities, and he may have the ability to control them, like when he goes into his new personality. I mean, it's not an act like with a personality. He passes lie detector tests. He well and truly does go into a persona of this scared, innocent man. But it's heavily implied he is deliberately going into that personality. Like he even does it 3 times in half a minute, and it's left a bit open. But it's always felt like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing. It's deliberate, and yeah, he just makes such a great villain. Again, spoiler for the film: they kill him off by what is basically the book's halfway point. No idea why. You don't even see any of the stuff about how he could do split personalities. It's a horrible mistake. But yeah, in the book, you don't get any of that at all. I mean, you don't kill him halfway through. No, he gets caught by the cops, and then you see this stuff. So yeah, basically, book opens with 2 kids from this rich private school getting abducted, both children of famous parents, and yeah, both get abducted, taken prisoner, basically hidden away, and then one dies, and then the other gets abducted by somebody else. So yeah, it's a really good story. Big focus on Alex as being black, which I don't remember all that much of it back then, but maybe it's just because of it's been all the BLM and all this stuff recently, and it feels like it drawing more attention to it. But I guess in 1999, 2000, I didn't really pick up on all that so much, or I just don't remember it as well. Seems a bit strange. I do seem a bit obsessed with it, particularly Alex. You can't, I'm your grandmother. I say you cannot have a white girlfriend. There's a lot of that stuff. So yeah, main characters. You got Alex Cross, like the detective slash psychologist. You got his grandmother, Nana Mama, who's basically his mum. Then you got his 2 children, Damon and Janie. They're both like really young, but they'll become much bigger characters later. So it's a good story. You've got characters. You've got Alex's best friend John Sampson, and you've got various like people in the FBI that get mentioned. Some of them will appear later as well. And yeah, Gary Sinise is just this mastermind. He's obsessed with abductions. This book even opens with the story of the Lindbergh kidnapping from the 1930s, which is like really well written. And Gary Sinise is just obsessed with all this stuff. And yeah, basically it ends. He kidnaps these kids. Yet he's got this perfect life where he's a traveling insurance salesman. Again, how can he be working in a school and selling insurance at the same time? God knows. It felt like they could have maybe his sales records were like adjusted for not real. Who knows? But so you see Gary Sinige's like home life when he's a guy called Gary. And yeah, he basically gets kidnapped. They go into he gets taken to court, and of course his lawyer's he's an innocent man when he's not Gary Sinise. And in the end, Gary gets thrown in prison anyway, but he manages to find a way to escape. Gets guards on his side and kills them. And then the other part of the plot is Alex falling in love with this woman. Her name is Jessie, and she is what was her rank? Secret Service agent, that's it. Yeah, and yeah, they fall in love, but it turns out she's the villain. She was just greedy, you know, obsessed with like money and, well, presumably, and yeah, her and her partners, the guy naturally she was having an affair with to get him to do what she wanted. They basically managed to find the children, and she just abducted the girl and had her sent to some place in like Colombia, like farming, and yeah, feels no guilt for actions whatsoever. So she's eventually caught, gets given the chair. Alex is like decent enough to say goodbye, but yeah, he's absolutely heartbroken for all the lies. Yeah, she was lying to him pretty much, went for everything basically, and yeah, she gets put down for what she's done. And Alex seemingly says he's going to focus on his family and his job. That's not strictly true. Slight spoiler for all the books. Almost every book he's got a love interest. So yeah, that's basically it. So great story. Gareth Niji is such an exceptional villain. He's not the guy who gets gender swapped in the Amazon show. Although his name hasn't appeared yet in the casting for that, so maybe they don't want to open with Long Kim Spider, because after all, a lot of people who've seen the films will know that story, but hopefully they'll tell the real story by turning to TV series much more time. Or maybe he's been saved series 1 villain, perhaps. Who knows? I'm on board with that. But yeah, fascinating villain. Can the guy actually control his split personality disorder? You know, because yeah, when he goes into his personality, it's genuine. It's under hypnosis. He tells the truth. Where's the girl? I don't know. Someone took her. But yeah, when he clearly chooses to go into it, and yeah, Gareth Niji is a terrifying guy, and yeah, he's meant to be quite physically fit as well. So I do wonder what actor would play him. Again, I don't really want to watch Long Game of Spider because how they wasted him, literally. But yeah, I can't remember what his like size was in that. But hey, you can have a fairly thin Morgan Freeman play Alex Cross. Anyone's gonna like be bigger. But no, Alex and his partner John Sampson, yeah, they've nailed the casting for the Amazon show, so respect there. But yeah, overall, really good book. Don't regret reading this again at all. It's nice, some of the memories come back from the bits I did remember to the bits I don't remember. Yeah, really good book. What the hell, how big was this? 400 pages. Again, much like I did in that Star Wars one, I feel like they could have perhaps trimmed it down. Some of the sexual scenes perhaps could have been cut down a bit. Some of them are quite graphic and in detail. It's not bad. It's just like, maybe they could have cut some of it out. It's more just, you know, once you know the ending, that what this one was really like, you feel like, okay, so all this stuff we saw could cut it completely. It wouldn't have changed much, but other than Alex saying I messed up, this will make Alex. Yes, that's it then. So, as I say, my cover pattern is a Star Wars, then it's this, then Harry Potter, and then Warhammer. So, not too far from the next one, Kiss the Girls. That was the first film. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, 11 more of these to come.